Owners have often been derided by fans for not investing enough money into the club, and amid the Reds' current struggles, that has only been ramped up. Reds fans have often looked on in jealousy as the likes of Chelsea, Manchester City and Manchester United spend money summer after summer. Approach has been more calculated, more frugal and less flippant than their rivals, and led them to winning both the Champions League and the Speaking on Sky Sports during their Super Sunday coverage, Jamie Carragher defended their approach to the transfer market, and putting more of the onus on the sporting side of the club. "I said this a few days ago," Carragher explained. "A lot of the supporters, I think, take the easy option. Starting with Brentford, Brighton twice and then Wolves, it's not losing to those teams, it's the manner. They're probably three of the worst away defeats, not just under Klopp but in history from. To lose so badly. They haven't just lost, they've been absolutely battered. It could have been 5-0 to Wolves yesterday. The Brighton game should have been worse. They're not just losing to these teams by the odd goal, they're getting absolutely wiped off the floor. Certainly, the current players need to be doing more, and Jürgen Klopp could be getting more out of the group he has. A lot of people are looking at the ownership," Carragher continued. "What's happening right now, I do not blame one bit for that. I don't. I will now get criticized by certain sections of the supporters for being an apologist for the ownership. I've got no job at. I don't know any owner at. There have been no ex-players that's ever been more critical of this ownership than me, in terms of ticket prices, furloughing staff and the Super League. But you have to look at it properly and say this, for me, is down to the staff and the players and the recruitment team. The reason I go back to the recruitment team is that for the last 4 or 5 years, everybody has used as a model for everybody in this country and Europe to follow. Buy cheap, sell high. People say they haven't put enough money in. But what have been the best at is actually selling and bringing money in to allow them to go and spend $90 million, £75 million per €83 million on a centre-back, $72 million, £60 million per €67 million on a goalkeeper, $60 odd million, £50 million per €55 million on. But right now, they've got to the end of last season and the staff, there was money there for a midfield player. They tried to buy the lad who went to Real Madrid, Aurélien Tchouaméni, so there was $72 million, $82 million, £60 million, £70 million per €67 million per €77 million there for a midfield player. They couldn't get him, and his staff, or the recruitment team decided we don't need to buy a midfielder. That is on them. And then they've got to this season, and from day one against Fulham, they haven't been able to cope with the intensity of a game of football, and they've just been absolutely ran over in every game that they've played, virtually. Failure to address the midfield issue last summer has been a major part of their struggles this season, but it's not just the only issue. Players have underperformed, and the current side has the look of an end-of-an-era team about it, one running on fumes. Next summer will be crucial in outlining where go over the next few years. But between now and then, it is on the current members of the coaching and playing squad to try and squeeze into the top 4. Sale latest as US-based group worth $7.2 billion front of queue on One Avenue should turn to wildcard option to fix latest big problem.